For updates on sports stories across the globe, Aaron Akerejola joins us. Hello, Aaron.
Yeah. A very good morning to you, Ayo. Good morning to you, Doctor. Good morning to you, Rufai. Let's start it off from the man that is chasing the record. He might not have trophies to show for his time playing football. Harry Kane, 266 goals, equaling Jimmy Greaves' record. What a finish from Harry Kane. He's just been phenomenal for the Lily Whites, and you can actually see the equaling the great Jimmy Greaves, and he will surpass it because he has time in his hands, and with the season still in its halfway stage, you can actually say that Harry Kane can do that, but they've actually closed the gap between themselves and Manchester United in fourth. But this man is looking like he will actually break Harry Kane's wings this season because he is the fastest to the hat-trick. We spoke about this yesterday. 90 matches. It has taken this man, Erling Haaland, to get that many hat-tricks, 4 of them to be very precise. So, and it's looking like he will be winning the Golden Boot. Harry Kane is still far behind with 16 goals. So you can actually just look at that and say, let's see how this season will actually pan out. But away from this, not so good news. A lot of people expected so much from maestros of football who have actually taken to coaching. One of them is Frank Lampard. He says, I'm gutted to be sacked. So many of my friends and family, when I got home, John Terry was there comforting my wife and the rest of them. A lot of people have been falling behind this man and actually trying to console him. And the unfortunate thing about Frank Lampard is he's not been able to last past 18 months in his previous jobs, whether at Derby or Chelsea. And put Everton into the mix right now. This man has been struggling with this. Put a dent in his coaching career moving forward. We'll have to wait and see. But right now, they're looking towards Marcelo Bielsa to help the Toffees probably sterve relegation at the moment. If you can actually see the table, they are right there at the bottom of the table, literally scraping the barrel. It's unfortunate that a traditional club like Everton are where they are. But Frank Lampard, right now, not showing that he's good enough to mix it with the big boys in the Premier League, and his compatriot, talking about Steven Gerrard, also showing that he's not good enough at this level. It's very, very tough at the Premier League level. So let's see how it actually goes. Now turning to one man who is leaving English football, talking about William Troost-Ekong, Nigerian international. He has actually said his goodbyes after 3 years with Watford, and he is going to Italy, and we're hoping that he has a better spell than he did when he played for Udinese. Salernitana is the destination, of course, on loan, and with a view to make it permanent at the end of the season. So let's see how he actually goes. We wish him all the best. But let's turn our attention to the Australian Open, where it's getting fast and furious. Raducanu actually put into sword Yelena Ostapenko in that particular match. At the moment, Raducanu seems to be the one in form, and with Ons Jabeur out of the way, with Iga Swiatek out of the way, certainly everyone is looking towards her. And once again, your man, Novak Djokovic, doing it right now. Almost setting the record. Second longest consecutive run, 25 matches at the Melbourne Park. Only one man, the great Agassi, has 26. So this man, he's looking like he might just be able to break that record and go on to show that when it comes to having a tiger mentality, when it comes to having that monster mentality, he's up there with the very best of sportsmen in the history of the game.
I think he'll break it.
Let's see how he actually goes. Of course, Kachanov actually put it to Koda in that particular one. So the pairings are actually out. It's not looking entirely easy for Novak Djokovic because he will be taking on Rublev, and in his next match sometime later on today or probably tomorrow, based on the time in Australia. So you look at that and you say to yourself that it's not easy for him, but he would have to soldier on all the same. And if he can go past Rublev, certainly he will be hoping that he might have the luxury of maybe a Shelton or a Paul in the semi-final. So you look at that and you say that he's still in pole position to probably win this tournament, but the fact that he's not full of faith, people are questioning how far can he go and how much beating can his body take to be able to get to that final in Melbourne and lift that particular trophy. Novak Djokovic has done fantastic things, but this is new territory for him because it's not easy playing with an injury, especially one that some are saying that it's actually a muscle tear, some are saying it's a hamstring, whatever it is. Right now, Novak Djokovic is actually stretching himself. And finally, Minister Sunday Dare has actually extended an olive branch to Sebastian Imasuen, who has been down with stroke, and the former coach of the Nigeria under-16 national team has been down, not looking good, and he sent his aides. And also sent some monies to actually help the man who is recuperating right now in Benin.
All right, kudos to the minister, but it shouldn't be a case that when people that have served us at the national level are down with stroke, it's the minister that has to do personal intervention. We should have a scheme that takes care of that already, and we keep calling for that. But kudos to the minister. Real quickly, I think Djokovic will do it. You know why I think Djokovic will do it? It's called mental strength, and he can push his body so far. I keep telling this story about Djokovic. His parents used to be restaurateurs that sold pizza. Because the cheese, and the intake of food was affecting him, he cut pizza out of his diet. I remember when he went on that long streak. He has one of the longest streak of winning in tennis thus far. You remember when he broke Ivan Linde's record then? So people thought he couldn't do it, but he did it. And that's the resolve and the spirit this man brings out there. So I wish him a lot of luck as a soldier runs. Too bad for Frank Lampard. I feel very bad for him. I think it was just appointed about February last year.
Yeah.
And this time things have gone south for him. But let me be a little bit cheeky. In that, so he says, when I got to
Don't go there. Don't go there.
Christian on the couch. Not again.
No, I had some editors.
Not again.
Actually, we actually had a banter about it.
Not again.
But
please.
Not on TV, please.
Not
on TV, please.
Not John Terry on the couch with another woman.
Please.
Not John Terry.
And I said John Terry
Not
when
on the
we reached
couch.
episode. I was like,
No.
red flag.
Can we please focus on the fact that can we focus on the fact that right now his friends came to his rescue.
Not John Terry on the couch.
Loved the fact that his friends were there for him at his time of need or at his lowest ebb.
But he will do well. They'll bounce back.
Okay.
No cheats for Frank Lampard.
Yeah, okay.
He was already taking the team to relegation.
Yes, he was.
And so the owners of the club, the major investor, Moshiri, had to act quickly. In fact, they were already talking to possible replacements before they sacked him yesterday. So it's not a surprise. But the question is the problem that of Frank Lampard? Does he have the right squad? Or could it be that he was not making use of the squad that is available to him? So what next? That's a bigger question for Everton. What next? Are they going to go the way of Destler, who has not had a job? Or they would talk to Wayne Rooney, who is also probably, on the cards.
Yeah.
But would somebody come and save Everton from relegation? That's number one. Congratulations to Harry Kane. He did very well yesterday.
Yes, he did.
With that goal. Classical finish, which confirmed him as a, world-class player. So 260 goal, matching the record of Greaves. But there is another record for him to beat. 199 goals in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Since it was founded in 1992. Ahead of him, he has Alan Shearer with 260 goals. He has Rooney ahead of him with 208 goals. But there's no doubt that he will get into that particular category. You talk about Djokovic. The question is, who will stop Djokovic? Yesterday, when he moved into the quarterfinals, having beaten his opponent, he said, look, this has been his best match this season so far. So he has Rublev to worry about. He has Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas is the only other big name in that tournament. So don't be surprised. Djokovic may just go all ahead. On the women's side, what's her name? Rybakina. He's already in the semifinals, having beaten Ostapenko.
Yeah.
She took out Iga Swiatek.
Yeah.
Ostapenko took out Coco Gauff, who I understand says she has found new excitement in TikTok. But that's an aside. Thank you very much.
Always a pleasure, Doctor.